Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
So let me ask this because
I have a. That brings me to another interesting question. There was one story that was once. There was a young lady that was born blind. Her father was an obstetrician. He created her some special glass. There's this Instagram page where they just give you a bunch of crazy ass facts. It's called Zach something. Zach Films. He gives you a bunch of crazy ass facts.
Okay.
There were some glasses that were her father made for her daughter. When she put them on, what she saw was the world engulfed by a monstrous figure. And it was feeding on every living. And we're just, the earth is basically just the organism inside of this monster's mouth. And it's feeding, like, it was the ocean, it was everything. And it was just feeding on the planet. She said the vision was so horrifying. Not only did she take the goggles off, she ripped her own eyes out of her sight.
Damn.
Sheesh. So that's interesting.
I just when you said, it made me think that when I heard the story, when you said if people actually seen what was at the bottom of the ocean, they want to kill themselves because the vision was so horrifying. Mind you, she's blind, but the vision that she saw was so horrifying, she ripped her own eyes out.
Now, there's a story about in Afghanistan when we had that first war, in the War on Terror. There was a set of night vision goggles that they were using, but there was a red lens and it showed a different frequency, a different view. And soldiers were saying they were seeing monsters.
This is during the Vietnam War.
They said they were seeing monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So they went away from their technology simply because, human beings only see 4% of everything in front of us. I think that could be by design.
Right.
There's a 1 in a billion chance we live in base reality. I firmly believe that some UFOs come from outside of time because that's why the technology hasn't seemed to change in so long. And without a certain amount of bacteria in the ocean would turn yellow. Because without this amount of bacteria, it can't feed the plankton, which can't feed this fish. All of this seems very creative.
And how is it that a lot of stuff is predicted, right? So the same scientist that I was talking about that helped create NASA, he wrote a book called Project Mars. In this book, he says a person named Elon is going to lead humanity to an exploration to Mars. This is all in the book.
In the book. This exists. You can pull it up and fact check everything that we're saying.
we're going to speak about America, the government conspiracy, but seems like a worldly thing. When you look at Stonehenge, Easter Island, crop circles, things that, of course, people tend to forget. The average citizen, let's say, keep it in America, the average citizen tends to forget that these things exist and they don't question. I go back to asking, do we really want to know? Are we ready for what's coming, or is ignorance bliss? And we're just happy, being in the Matrix.
I think that everything is shifting right now. When it comes to exposing what's happening in the music industry, movies industry, like everything on a global scale, like especially with America. Think about it. We have this new political system that is shifting. We're going into a digital system. Right here in Texas, right now, they have not one, but 2 digital stock exchanges opening up. It's a brand new stock exchange by BlackRock and the New York Stock Exchange. They're going to digitize everything from stocks, real estate, cars. They're going to tokenize everything on blockchain. This is why Trump is pushing cryptocurrency, right? So we're going through a major shift financially. We're going through a major shift consciously, because since 2020, we can all agree shit has not been the same. It's gotten weird.
Black Mirror.
Right? Speaking of Black Mirror, what do we stare into all day? A phone. That's a Black Mirror.
Literally.
What's on the back of that phone? A bitten apple. forbidden fruit. That's the downfall of man.
Fact.
So it's a lot of symbolism. And I got a story on Steve Jobs too.
I would love to hear that.
Where's the flaming sword?
Let's go. Let's dial back a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can get crazy. We can get crazy.
Yeah. This under this ocean. But look.